The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, to my left, we have a man that really needs no introduction, for he is known the world over. It's the one, it's the only, it's Pops.
Yeah, welcome back to True School Sports, the best boxing news in South Florida. Mark my word, and here we go.
And the world, too.
In the world, too. And let's go, let's hit it.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hit that like and subscribe button because we got an interesting topic in this particular video. It's the other Charlo, Jermell Charlo. He'll be back in action. The date will be September 26th. That's part of Showtime Boxing's long, lengthy, eventful schedule of boxing they have planned for us. Jermell Charlo will be in a big fight 154. I mean, this is probably, in terms of like what's on the line, this is probably the biggest fight in boxing. There's 3 belts on the line here. All right, we got WBC belt, WBA belt, and the IBF belt, and 154 all on the line as Jermell Charlo takes on the banana, Jeison Rosario. Very good fight, very good fight. I'm really excited for it. I'm actually more excited for this fight than the other fight, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
just because, well, number one, I know Jeison Rosario's trainer. I call him the evil genius, but his name is Luis Perez, El Chiro Luis Perez. I call him the evil genius because that's what he is. Ever since he got with Jeison Rosario, beginning with his last fight against Julian Williams, you know, he took Jeison Rosario to a whole other level.
Yeah.
So I'm looking very forward to this fight. When you see this matchup, when you see Jermell Charlo versus Jeison Rosario, when you see that on the bill, what do you make of that matchup?
I honestly think that Rosario's going to overpower this Charlo.
Think so?
I just feel that. I see it. I see it. He beat the shit out of Rock Williams. What's his name?
J. Rock Williams.
J. Rock Williams, and he showed it there. He took his opportunity, took it to the limit, and did what he had to do. And he showed it with power, grit, and skill. And that comes from being hungry and realizing that you got to take the opportunity. This Charlo right here, he talks too much crap.
This is the one that really talks.
Yeah, he
keep it in your mouth.
He talks a lot, and honestly, at some point, it's not going to work for you. You definitely didn't intimidate. What's his name?
Tony Harrison.
Yeah, Tony Harrison. I'll tell you that right now. Rosario is a much quieter fighter, but
we can't
he
be
lets.
English.
Doesn't matter. He lets this right here do all the talking for him, and I guarantee you, come that fight night, Rosario is going to walk out the ring with that belt back in his hand.
Now, I was just live on YouTube for like 6 hours. If you were there, you know, it was great. We had all kinds of people in the YTBC on that live. But this fight was a big point of discussion in the live, and I felt like I was the only person in the whole live that was picking Jeison Rosario. Everybody picking Charlo. And my reasoning as to why I'm picking Rosario is because you look at Rosario, like he's one of the very few fighters in boxing who you could say with confidence is he's both physically strong and he's got punching power. Now, you guys may not understand what I mean by that, but there's a lot of guys in boxing who have punching power but aren't physically strong, and there's a lot of guys that are physically strong that don't have punching power. I'll give you examples. A guy who's physically strong that doesn't have world-class punching power would be Timothy Bradley or Sean Porter. These guys, you know, they could move some serious weight around in the gym, but they don't really have that top-level punching power. And in terms of a guy who had punching power but wasn't physically strong, Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev would fold people up with that right hand, but you know he couldn't really move guys on the inside or anything like that. The good thing about Rosario is he's got a bit of both of those things working for him. And Jermell Charlo, if you look at his resume, if we just go down his resume, we can go to Tony Harrison, we can go to Johori Kota, Austin Trout, Erickson Lubin, Charles Hatley, John Jackson, Vons Matarosen. None of these fighters that we're talking about, you know, Gabe Rosado, none of these fighters that we're talking about could match him in both the departments of being both physically strong and having punching power. Rosario was the first guy that I think can match him in those departments, and I think that spells trouble for him. And I always thought Jermell was the less skilled of the two, and I think he's a front runner. And when Jeison Rosario puts it on him, I think he's gonna fold up
Quickly, one thing I will say, people don't understand, BT, when you actually pick underdog that you know from South Florida, they don't see the fact that you know the trainers and you see what they do and how they train their fighters, and that I think gives you
Well, people will say,
and age,
I'm picking
how to
Rosario.
understand the fighters.
I'm picking Rosario, and people will watch this video and that were on my live. They say, "Oh, well, you're being biased."
No, but they don't. That's
I'm not being biased.
That's what I was trying
If
to
listen, if I thought his trainer was not a good trainer and was a piss poor trainer, and they weren't doing the proper things in the gym, then I would say, "Oh, I'm picking Charlo."
Yeah, and like I said, that's why I say people don't understand the fact that you know more as far as the insight on what's going on. You might not know the fighter, but you know the trainer that trains the fighters.
I'll tell you guys this much, right? Another thing that has to be taken into consideration now, Jermell Charlo is 30 years old, which isn't extremely old, but he's significantly older than Jeison Rosario, believe it or not.
Wow.
Jeison Rosario is only 25. He's 25, but Charlo is 30. I'm not sure if that's going to play a role in anything, but it is something worth noting. Charlo does have a 3-inch reach advantage, but Charlo's never been a guy that I've known to outbox people. He always goes in there looking for the big KOs, especially ever since he got with Derek James. And ever since he got with Derek James, his whole philosophy on boxing changed.
Yeah, so like I said, it's gonna be a great fight.
It's gonna be a war.
It's gonna be.
I expect great exchanges between the two.
These two right here, but I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be Rosario putting a banana in Charlo's mouth, so he can shut the hell up and you can drive on.
Well, the thing you gotta ask yourself about this fight is, when these two are in them trenches, who do you think will be able to impose their will more on the other? And for me, I just think it's Jeison Rosario. Maybe he's not as crafty or as classy as a guy like Tony Harrison, but in terms of his brute strength, his ability to be rugged in them trenches, I just see him wearing down and wearing Jermell Charlo out.
If you look at that fight that Rosario had with Rock Williams, I mean, that was a tough fight in itself. But his inside game was great, and he kept coming forward. He kept getting him. And he took advantage of that. He took his game to another level, and he kept the inside game. And he took it. Joe Rock was not an easy fighter. You know what I mean? He was coming in confident. Thought he would walk out with the belt. He probably underestimated Rosario for that matter. And then he realized after when it was all over and the bell rank was over, the last round, who was raising his hand. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. Charlo is going to get humble, I think, in this fight more than ever. He's going to come in there because he just won the belt. He's just got the belt back, and he's going to talk all this crap, and he's going to do all this stuff. But when that Dominican throws that plátano power, it'll be over. The plantain power, he's done. I'm telling you that right now. And I guarantee Rosario, to me, for me personally, I think Rosario is a better boxer, skill-wise, than
Think so? I'm not sure about that.
I
think so?
I think it's better.
Maybe you might be onto something. I don't know.
And I'll say it again: a cocky fighter that can also work against you. And Charlo's been talking cockiness for the longest time, and he's going to get humbled again, and it's going to even hurt him more this time around.
Okay. Yeah, man. So it's going to be a great fight. I'd love to know what you guys think out there. I know there's a lot of Charlo fans that watch the channel. A lot of members of Lions Only, man. I know there's a lot of members of Lions Only. So whether you're picking Charlo or whether you're picking Jeison Rosario, I'd like to know in the comments who you have down below and why. Don't just tell me that you're picking somebody. Let me know why. And I love to read the comments. It's always good to go in the comments. And yeah.
And let's get it right, man. We're not hating on the Charlos. I like to clarify that because for some reason, a lot of the comments sometimes we get, people are just like, oh, you guys are just picking up this, you hate it. No, we're just telling you where we see it, what we think is our opinion, just you guys have yours. We respect yours, you respect ours.
Yeah, so there you have it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a gift from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.